Welcome to Plausible Foolishness. I'm Matt. I've got opinions on stuff.
I'm Ray, and I have opinions on things, Matt.
Yeah!
I'm not doing well today, bro. I'm not doing well.
What's wrong, bro?
Dude, it's day 19. It's day 19!
Since college football season ended?
No, I mean, nobody's talking Roll Tide anymore. And just like that, they were really quiet and go Clemson, go Irish. But it's been 19 days, man. 19 days, brother. 19 days since the government's been open. What? There's a shutdown going on. There's a shutdown. Shut down the streets. There's chaos in the streets, man. I can't even function, bro. I can't even have opinions. I am that distraught that our federal government is shut down right now. I can't even tell the Rubes right now that you should follow us on YouTube right now. You should like, subscribe, and share and comment because I'm going to be looking at this thing after this crazy monologue. Make sure you follow us on Facebook. I can't tell you that. There's a shutdown going on right now, bro. I can't tell you to follow us on Twitter. I cannot tell you to follow us on Instagram. I can't do that because the government is shut down, and I definitely cannot tell them. I can't tell them to support us on Patreon, man, because that's what keeps the lights on, the mic working, the soundboard working. We can't do it. The government shut down. I'm done.
Now, I don't think any of that's true. I mean, the government is shut down.
Oh. But the government shut down, man!
So exactly where is the chaos?
It's in the streets, bro. The zombies are loose. The dinosaurs are running around. Nobody's watching the zoos right now.
There are a lot of zombies in America. But
the police aren't working right now, right?
No, they're still.
The firefighters are not doing their thing right now.
That's all like county and.
Oh gosh, man, the power is clearly off right now. The internet's not working.
No, those are private companies.
Oh, okay, crap. How am I gonna get into my national park right now, man?
You know, you got a point there.
How am I gonna get into the national park? How am I gonna get in there right now?
Park. You can't. You just can't.
What am I gonna do without my national park?
Probably the same thing you did every other day. Because how often do you go to the national parks?
I don't. I hate hiking, so I really, I despise it. I would rather pay money to go to Disney than go to a national park, which is you know, whatever. Yeah, I mean, honestly,
I do enjoy the national parks.
Which ones, though, bro?
Well, I got to drive through Smoky Mountain National Park last shutdown. You could only drive through.
What?
Because there's a road that takes you to North Carolina.
But the roads are shut down during a government shutdown, bro. The roads, the bridges, the tunnels,
those are
all shut down.
Still.
I bet you the toll roads are shut down. We can't even use the toll roads.
No, they're still taking your money.
Oh, they're still taking money?
Yeah, they're still taking
Oh, man.
Well, in fact, you know, like, in the next few months, tax season is going to hit.
Oh, my gosh.
Let's say, now this is unheard of, but let's say that the government was still shut down then. They're still going to take your money.
They're still going to take our money?
Oh, yeah.
Well, but the federal government shut down. We shouldn't
But you know what they won't do?
What?
Here's something to get pissed about.
What?
They're not going to give you your tax return.
What?
Necessarily. You're not going to get that on time.
On time.
That part of the IRS is closed. The other part.
You missed that one part, the on-time part. But you're saying once the government is working or is back on after this crazy shutdown, you'll actually get your money, right?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
The money that they stole from you.
But what about the federal workers, man? They're like 75% of our population, man.
No.
They're 75% of our population.
No. There's about 800,000.
How many?
800,000.
That's a lot of people, man.
That is a lot of people.
It's a lot of people. And they're never going to get that money, right?
No, they'll get their pay. They're just on furlough.
What?
So they can't come into work. And they won't get paid until the government reopens, and then they'll get paid.
Wait a minute.
So 800,000 people are having a slightly rough time.
But I thought they were forced to work, and then they weren't going to get paid.
No.
But that's not what CNN told me.
Yeah, we'll see.
MSNBC said that they were going to get slave-driven to work and not get paid for it. Modern-day slavery, bro. No. That's what I was told by the mainstream media. That's what I was told during this government shutdown. 800,000 people are going to give a delay on their checks.
How many people are in the United States?
There's like 1 million, right?
No. There's like
how many? There's like 2 million?
330 plus million.
325.7 million to be exact in 2017.
Okay.
I mean, 800,000 is a lot compared to 325 million people.
Yeah, have you figured out the percentage on that?
Let me figure that one out. That's 0.006%. It's 6%. I mean, wait, sorry. 0.006, so it's oh, no, actually, that was factoring 2 million people working. It's like 0.001%. That's like a lot of people, man. That's like a tenth of a percentage. That's a tenth of a percentage of people in America, bro.
0.001? No, that's 100th of a percentage.
That's a 100th of a percentage. That's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, no.
What are we gonna do?
Nothing.
The roads are oh, wait, no. The police, no, wait. Our armed services aren't, wait, oh, wait.
Social Security's still getting their checks.
That's weird.
Yeah.
So, wait a minute. So, did anybody else notice the shutdown?
The media noticed it.
Oh, the media. And they never lie.
Yeah. The Democrats noticed it.
What? The Democrats noticed it?
The Democrats caused it.
What?
But, they also like to take any opportunity with their allies, the media, to blame, the president for this.
Yeah, but I've been seeing some really...
The president wants, to secure our borders, and they don't. And the president makes the laws, right? So...
The president makes the laws?
Oh, wait a second. No. The president doesn't make the laws.
The Supreme Court makes the laws.
No, actually, they interpret the law.
Oh, they don't?
Against the Constitution.
Twitter, the Twitter mob, they make the laws, right? Twitter mob does it.
Good.
Huh?
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Twitter mob, they do it, right?
No, they not. I mean,
what? Who makes the law?
The legislature. Yeah.
Is that the Senate and the House?
Yeah, it is.
What?
So.
Wait a minute.
But somehow it's Trump's fault that the government.
Oh, those stupid Republicans! They have the majority right now in the House, right? Those bad Republicans.
No, actually, the House is. When the Republicans were in the House, they passed a bill.
What?
They passed a bill.
What?
That funded the wall, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And
now
the Democrats are in power a month later, and. Yeah.
We're still shut down, though. The shenanigans is going on, man. The shutdown shenanigans is real right now. Shutdown shenanigans! Ah! Wait, how do we do that? Did I do it right?
Oh.
There's so much shenanigans going on right now, man. There's riots in the street, man. I heard that Texas attacked Oklahoma yesterday and overtook it. Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay, gotcha, man. I heard that Rhode Island dissolved into nothing, man. You know what I mean? Okay, again, I'm being facetious, Rubes, but here's the reality of the situation. You've endured 19 days of a government shutdown. And Trump hasn't even set the record for that yet.
Yeah.
The longest our government's been shut down is 21 days. And guess what? A little guy named Obama, I don't know if you've heard of him before, but he had the government shut down for 17 days for the Affordable Care Act. You remember that gold piece of legislation? Gosh, remember, because you could, if you liked your doctor... You could keep your doctor, and it by no means was a tax at all.
No.
It wasn't a tax.
I mean, you were forced to buy it.
Yeah, you were forced to buy it, and then if you didn't
totally
pay it...
constitutional.
And then if you didn't pay it, you were fined, right? There was no fines, right?
No, you were fined.
Oh.
So, and at first it was totally not a tax. It was a fine.
Oh.
Okay? And then when it got to the Supreme Court, it was totally a tax.
Oh.
Not a fine. We weren't forcing them to pay. That we were just taxing them.
Oh,
if they didn't.
So the ruling class forced us to pay for more money for things. Again, they forced another tax on us.
Yeah.
But that was the Affordable Care Act, bro.
Yeah.
It helped out everything, man.
Oh gosh, yeah.
It cured cancer, didn't it?
Insurance premiums are so
low.
So
cheap right now.
It's so cheap.
It's all right, man.
With great, fantastic coverage.
Thanks, Obama.
Cuba-style coverage.
Obama, you're the best. Oh, Obama. Yeah, so I've been seeing these great memes about the shutdown shenanigans that have been going on. I've seen, this one's great. I've seen this from a lot of my liberal friends. It's hilarious. It's just a basic meme that says, no president that would shut down the government or take it hostage is worthy of the position. And then I promptly put, Obama did the same thing. And then just watch the liberal minds explode. Because, again, revisionist history, Obama was the Messiah. I get it. He came back, took all of his believers back up to heaven. We're living in the trials and tribulations. I don't even know. Yeah. We're in Left Behind right now. But long story short, Obama did it. Clinton did it. Bush did it. All of our modern presidents have shut down the government for one thing or another. So here's the problem: is that this is a stay-in-your-lane moment. Okay, if you don't know anything about politics and you're just on the I hate Trump train, and I get it, there's a lot of people out there that hate Trump more than they love America. I get it. That's cool. Mm-hmm. You can hate Trump more than you love America. We're cool with that. Okay,
you're allowed to.
Plausible foolishness.
That's an American ideal.
It's an American ideal. You can hate with all your heart's content.
Yep. And to be honest, there's a lot of people on the Trump train who don't know a thing about politics either.
No, not at all.
Not
at all. That's why we got to build the wall, bro. But yeah, listen. Now I get it. Trust me, I get it. It goes both ways.
It goes both ways.
But don't sit there and act like Trump is doing all these unprecedented things that have never been done before, like run the country. I mean, I get it. He's actually
and we understand. You're being fed that by the media constantly. This is unheard of. This is ridiculous.
And a majority of Americans don't want the wall.
Yeah. He's failed to gather the necessary public support. What are you talking about?
Well, in New York, D.C., San Francisco, and L.A., you're right. But I wish we had that graphic of like the Electoral College where it's like all red. Everywhere else that went red, we want the wall.
Yeah.
We like the wall.
It's basically what he ran on. But he failed to gather the public support.
He
failed to gather the public support.
Failed.
That's why they elected him.
That's weird.
He gathered the support when he got elected.
It's weird. It's like they're fighting back against like what the people want. It smells like Brexit a lot. You know what I mean? It's just like Brexit.
It is exactly.
It's weird. It's like the globalists. It's like there's globalists and everybody else. It's like there really isn't a right or left. It's like there's a ruling class and everybody else. But anyways, whatever. But my point is this, man. Here's the thing: we're normal we're normal Americans. We live in normal America. We drive on a Tuesday up to Jacksonville to a wrestling promotion and watch wrestling in the middle of the day. Yeah, we're into that.
Not even to watch them wrestle.
Not even, true.
Just to watch them talk.
Just
about
to watch them talk and see pyrotechnics. That's all we're there for. And
it was awesome.
It was great. So, Rubes, I wish you guys liked wrestling as much as we do. I wish you liked wrestling as much as we do, but we get it, okay? But we're just normal Americans, man. We got kids. We got bills. We got to work. We got to do just basic things that everybody else does. And you know what? When push comes to shove, I lock my door every single day. Call it weird. I lock my door. You know why? It's not because I hate you out there. I hate to quote the president from last night. It's because I love the people that are inside my home. I don't want crazy creeper pedophiles that are all over the world right now, and especially in Hollywood. Hate to break it to you.
I don't even think that warrants that. That's just
it's just a fact at this point. Like you gotta know. They're all a bunch of. It's called Pettywood for a reason. Now, I don't want those creepers by my daughters. I don't. And it's not because I hate my neighbor. I love my neighbors. They're great people. They let their dogs bark all the time during our show. It's great. We like it. They wave at us. They're like, hey, what's up? But I don't have transparent walls. I don't have just a roof and some pillars to set my house on. There's rooms. There's doors. There's things that I want to keep in my house that I want to protect. And I get it. The mainstream media is telling you, walls don't work. That's like their moniker right now. Walls don't work. Even though they work in Israel. And they work at the Vatican.
Yeah.
And they work everywhere else. They work in your daily routine. Go to a gated community. Florida's got 1 billion of them. It keeps crime out. It lowers crime.
Yeah, and all of these pundits saying this, and all of these congressmen saying that, all live in mansions with gates and walls.
Question.
All of them.
Do they have walls at prison? They have walls?
No, you definitely don't. I mean, they don't work, so you would need something else to keep the prisoners.
I mean, because God knows those walls don't keep prisoners in. And this is the hilarious thing. This is the wizardry of the left. This is the Harry Potter Avada Kedavra thing that they do to you all the time. And you believe this stuff. You believe the shutdown shenanigans. You think, they're right. They say the walls don't work, so the walls must not work. Like, think about it. Just think about the simple stuff. And I'm a proponent of simple. Simple things always work. Walls work. Fences work. Windows work. I don't know how else to say it. And here's the thing. It's not like anybody here in Red America, it's not like we hate immigration. We don't hate immigrants. We love immigrants. How in the world would I get Mexican food if there wasn't immigration? How would I get sushi if there wasn't immigration? How would I not get the beautiful things that other cultures bring to these United States? But you know what's funny? Those cultures came in legally. Legally.
And they wanted to be Americans.
Weird.
They wanted to assimilate. They wanted to, they wanted to build a better life, not, be handed a better life.
Listen, we love legal immigration. And the funny thing is, if you talk to people that are legal immigrants, they're pissed off too. They don't want this to happen. Now, they're not going to cover that in the mainstream media because Orange Man bad. Yeah. And they're not going to cover that fences work. Orange Man bad. They will never cover that walls work because Orange Man bad. And if you watched the press conference last night, if you saw any of the stuff, all you saw was a sensible, weird-looking haired guy that's orange talk about facts. And the whole time they're like, oh, we can't wait to fact check. We can't wait to fact check him. And all of his facts were real.
There's people complaining. I saw this on the news today.
That he actually used facts?
No, they're complaining that he shouldn't be allowed to speak until his speeches are fact-checked beforehand. The President of the United States of America shouldn't be allowed to speak on television.
No.
Unless his words are fact-checked beforehand.
Yeah, this is America.
These people are such pathetic scumbags.
And you know what the funny part is? They're not the majority.
No, they're not.
If this was the majority, if you were the majority, Bernie would have got elected, kiddos.
Yep.
Hillary would have got elected. Trump got elected for a reason. Because of this crap. You were not the majority. We let it pass because we wanted our first black president. I wanted the first black president. I wanted it, okay? We let that thing run. Nobody voted against him because we didn't want to look racist. Now we want to reset things. Huh? I know you were smart, man. I'm sorry.
I didn't care about racism.
Listen. But here's the deal.
I was fine with the first black president if his
policies were good.
Policies and opinions and ideals, reflected mine in, I don't know, any way whatsoever.
Yeah, but he let a U.S. consulate get killed, in Benghazi and stuff. That's your principles.
Yeah, I love
that's
that.
your principles, right?
That. Yeah, I love that.
Oh, Fast and Furious, he gave guns to drug cartels and stuff like that.
I do like guns.
So he took guns and gave them to drug cartels.
I don't like drug cartels, though.
Okay, so he could kill American citizens that cross the border that we're trying to protect right now?
Yeah, I like American citizens.
Okay,
so
Fast and Furious, look that up, kids. Don't believe me. Didn't he, give a bunch of money to Iran? He dropped...
I like money. I don't like Iran.
So he took your tax money...
Oh, yeah, I hate taxes.
And then gave it to the Iranians.
I don't like them either.
Whew, that's weird. We needed Hogan for that, man, to stop the Iron Sheik on that one. So... He talked about an Affordable Care Act that spiked the price of medical care in America. That's your principles, right?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Did he do anything good?
Well, he played basketball that one time.
Yes, and
he looked terrible doing it.
And he killed Osama bin Laden. Rumors were he's dead before. But don't believe me. 9/11 was not an inside job. But anyways, my point is, don't believe me. Don't believe me. Building 7. But my point is this. All I'm trying to say is there is a majority of Americans that we believe in the Constitution. We believe in protecting our people. God forbid. It's not that we hate other people. I don't hate Mexicans. I go to Cancun a lot. I drink a lot of that tequila over there, man. I eat a lot of their food. It's great. I love Mexicans. But guess what? They should legally come here. Just like we would do the same thing to their country.
Oh, yeah. Or else we'd rot in their prisons.
It's crazy.
Nobody would cry.
Yeah, no.
Nobody would say a single word about it.
Well, they didn't know. Oh, that's another thing Obama did. Didn't he just like let the one kid rot in a Mexican prison or whatever? He was a veteran.
Yeah.
Look that one up too, man.
He ended up making a wrong turn. Couldn't make a U-turn until he had passed through the Mexican border.
Oh.
Shows up there and says, "I'm not trying to enter. Actually, I just need to turn around and go back." They search his car. They find weapons because he'd been living in his car for a while.
Yeah.
And
throw him in jail.
And they threw him in jail for like months.
And Obama didn't do anything about it.
Yeah, didn't care.
Thanks, Obama. And here's the thing.
But Bo Bergdahl, he needed to come back.
Bo Bergdahl, the traitor. Didn't he? He was a traitor, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But he needed to come back. And you know what's funny? If that wall was up, he wouldn't have done a U-turn and been in Mexico. That's kind of weird. Interesting. My point is, Obama was amazing. He was so great. Thanks, Obama. And they never talk about this stuff, and that's okay. So that's why we are here, because we're like real Americans. We are feeling the effects of the shutdown. I still got my Whopper today, bro. Was able to fill up my gas tank yesterday, bro.
I filled up my gas tank today.
So weird. And the gas is cheap, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's $1.97.
Trump,
here.
you dick. Why did you make gas cheaper?
Man.
What an a-hole. You're
jerk.
so bad, Trump. Epic fail, bro. But anyways.
I calculated it. I'm saving $60 a month.
Well,
$60.
Trump is saving you money?
$60 a month in gas.
And he's taxing you more, right? Because he's an evil, rich...
No.
Oh, he's taxing you less?
Yeah, I actually got a little bit more when... It wasn't, like, humongous, but...
Trump's already saving you money. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I wish Obama would have done that, but... Nope, not again. So, here's the thing that's amazing. In real America, gas is cheap, and the world keeps going on. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not slighting federal and government employees. I'm not, okay? Which is ironic, we just found out that the federal government is the largest employer in the country.
Yeah, 2 million employees.
That's a little scary.
Yeah, that's not good.
Now, I'm not dissing you. If you're making your bills from the federal government, sweet. I'm proud of you. Awesome. But here's the deal.
Those jobs shouldn't exist. It's just, I'm going to be frank with you. Those jobs shouldn't exist because they're not constitutional.
Did we switch roles for a second, bro?
Yeah.
You just went on the deep end. You said it. You said what everyone was thinking.
No, I don't.
Oh my goodness, you said it.
Limited government is like
the less
core
government.
ideal.
Yeah. Less is more.
I feel for you. I really do. I understand what it means to not to worry about where your next meal is going to come from
100%.
Or whatever. I understand that.
Especially us. We know.
We do.
We know.
We do.
We know. We're real people. However, you know what the funny thing is? You're going to get your pay. You're going to still get paid.
Yeah.
When the shutdown's over, you're going to get paid.
It's coming to you. It's going to be rough for a little bit for 19 plus days.
Now,
it's going to be rough. But ultimately, philosophically, those jobs shouldn't even exist. So, count your lucky stars that you even have, that these jobs even exist for you to have them.
America.
And secondly, you're going to get that money.
Yeah, the funny thing, too, is with the tax return deal as well. I get it. You want your tax return as soon as possible, but you know what? 99% of the year, you didn't even notice it wasn't there. When your taxes are getting pulled out of your check.
I noticed.
Yeah, yeah.
I noticed.
Normal people notice when they look at that. You know what I mean? But the reality of the situation is...
The Rube Empire notices.
The Rube Empire notices. But the reality is this. You get back a fraction of what you pay into. You realize this, right?
Oh, yeah.
You get back a fraction of that. And I get it. It's a big deal. A lot of them can be thousands of dollars. I get it. But you know what the funny thing is? You're still going to get it. You will. Once they go back on it. But here's the situation. On one side, you've got a guy who's orange, who is fulfilling a campaign promise. He promised he was going to build a wall. And a lot of people voted for him for that one thing that he said. Now, here's the thing about Donald Trump. Based on history, recent history, he's kept all of his campaign promises up to this point. Literally. He's doing the thing that most politicians don't do, which is their job. He's actually doing it. And most Americans, I hate to break it to you, because I know you're trying to get rid of the Electoral College, kiddos. I get it. But in normal America, most of us wanted him as our president. And we wanted to secure the border so that we were protected by cartels. We were protected from idiots coming over here and killing people.
Won the popular vote.
But Hillary, sorry. Here's it. Like, the funny thing is this, is when people say that, the other thing I laugh about is how many people actually vote in America, percentage-wise? It's a third. It's a third. 1/3 of Americans actually vote. Like, think about that. If everybody voted, I think the liberals would be terrified if everybody actually voted. They would be. They're not. Don't get me wrong. There's people that should never vote. Okay, I love you. Like, I'm never the guy that's like, everybody should vote in America. You shouldn't. There's
if
people.
You don't know any of the issues.
Don't vote and don't put up political memes. Don't do it.
Why are you doing that? I mean,
I agree, but here's the thing: the way our Constitution is set up, that is how we elect our presidents. Sorry, it's always worked out that way. But you know, who's to say?
Well,
what do we know?
And there's a reason for it.
No,
it's so that the state that has a smaller population actually has a say.
Oh, like Rhode Island,
because
Connecticut.
Originally we weren't.
North Dakota.
We're called the United States of America.
There's a state called South Dakota. Did you know that?
Yes.
There's a state called Montana too.
I saw a meme today that said North Dakota and South Dakota should merge to become Mega Coda.
Mega Coda. Go Zero. But anyways, sorry.
And North and South Carolina become Ultralina.
West Virginia and Virginia come together as... I was going to say a very bad word. Never mind. Anyways, well, my point is, there's a reason it was set up that way. There's a reason why. It actually looks out for the little guy. It looks out for the smaller places.
Well,
that's what we're supposed to do.
We're really a federal... We're a collection of states. Our main government should be... the whole system has become top-down.
Yeah.
The federal government is this monstrosity over us, and then our city government, who even knows what goes on in
What's
city
above
government?
the federal government?
Nothing.
You sure?
Well,
you sure?
The United Nations. They want the United Nations.
You know the Federal Reserve has nothing to do with the government? But anyways, keep going.
Yes, I do that. No,
Sorry.
It's not a government agency, really.
Yeah.
Pseudo, whatever.
The federal government doesn't control the Federal Reserve. Yeah, keep going. Sorry.
Well, that's why they can't even audit it. It's not that's just straight up fact.
You know what's funny is they're the ones that wrecked the stock market recently because Trump was doing really well. Sorry, I had to do it. I had to tell them the truth. I'm sorry. Go back to sleep. But anyway, sorry.
So we're a collection of states.
Okay? Oh, we are.
Yeah.
Oh, the United States
of America.
That's what USA stands for.
We're not just America.
I thought it stood for
United States of America.
I thought it stood for Us America. USA. Us America. That's what I thought it stood for.
No, it's just the United States.
United States.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
it's not the United States.
That's why there's an electoral college, because each state should have a voice. And then that state's voice is predicated on the vote of its individual citizens.
Interesting.
So
wait a minute.
If you look back to the 1700s, when at the birth of our nation, they were Georgians and New Yorkers and
Yankees,
and Virginians first and Americans second.
Time out. It's not the United Cities of America.
No.
It's not the United New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Chicago,
it's not the United
DC
of America.
Oh, it's not.
No, it's the United States of America.
That's so crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Huh, that's weird. But anyways, yeah, I mean, nice civics lesson. I wish they taught that in our schools nowadays, but they don't. Propaganda. But anyways, my point is, sorry.
You're using the conspiracy button too much. It's not.
I know.
None of these things are conspiracy.
I know. The problem is I was
Just
reaching for it.
Straight up truth.
I was like, schools they're indoctrinating our kids and using propaganda and not doing reading, writing, arithmetic. Oh wait, everybody knows that already.
Yeah.
Common Core. Sorry. I wonder what drag queen's going to be at the school this week to read books. I wonder when that's going to happen.
They haven't made it into the school system
Oh,
yet.
okay.
They're still
Gotcha.
in the libraries.
Just in the library.
Just
Gotcha.
in the libraries,
The place of knowledge.
Well, I mean, nobody uses libraries anymore, so they had to get out there and,
Oh.
they had to go a little crazy to
Is that because
get some
everything
publicity.
you can know from a library you can find on Google?
Yes, that's exactly why.
You know what's funny is anything you could learn in college is found on here too. Oops, did I say that out too loud?
No, you should. You need to say it louder. Anything that you can learn in college, you can learn on the internet.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. And
in fact, there's a whole rash of internet universities that are way cheaper.
What?
And are gonna, get you the same piece of paper that nobody cares about.
But I need that piece of paper to work at McDonald's. But my point is this, man. Yeah, man. This shutdown. It's really wrecking my life right now. You know what I mean? Like, my girls woke up and they were crying this morning. They were like, "Daddy, that mean orange man, he's enforcing border security. He's enforcing the safety of me down the road."
I believe that.
Because gosh forbid we let over a guy that shouldn't be here and he kills me, like it happened in San Francisco, and you don't get the benefit of going to my funeral. Man, I am so sad about that, Daddy. That's what my girl said this morning. My 10-month-old kid. That's what she said.
I believe that.
Complete sarcasm.
But how many times do they play that card? They play that card all the time.
Yeah.
Some idiot on TV spouting leftist nonsense, is like, I had a conversation with my daughter where she was in tears about, and then she posed this heavy philosophical question to me, and you're like, if anybody believes that bullcrap, God help them.
You meant to say bullshit, though, right? Sorry, I apologize. Sorry, Room Nation.
Bro.
Sorry, we're clean. I apologize. PG-13 episode. I apologize. Glenn knows, man. I'm sorry. I get a little fired up. It's on me, Glenn. Take him. Don't take me. But my point is this. Glenn knows, man. Glenn knows. It's all good. But here's the deal, man. It astounds me how... Well, it doesn't. It doesn't. Take that back. It's a lie. It doesn't astound me anymore. They don't care about lives anymore. They don't care. They don't care about Kate Steinleys. They don't care about the people that died. They don't care about the guy, the police officer that just died, the legal immigrant that literally put his life on the line for us as a cop.
Is it Sunil? I think I might be getting it mixed up with the wrestling.
Yeah, I think you did. I think wrestling's on the brain. AEW. Jericho's back. But anyways, my point is this. It's amazing that a legal immigrant came here because he wanted to be American. A legal immigrant became a cop to protect America, and then he gets killed by an illegal immigrant. No one talks about that. We don't talk about the cartels killing people all the time. We don't talk about drugs coming over the border. We don't talk about... Trump even brought it up in his speech. We don't talk about 1 in 3 women that try to cross the border are sexually assaulted before they ever come over here. We don't talk about the lives that are lost, the kids that die in the desert trying to get over here. We don't talk about this stuff.
Because they think it's an easy transition, and they're just going to...
Just walk across the border and get here.
And so... And
no one talks about that, man.
Nobody talks about that because they're busy arguing that they should be just allowed to be let in.
You bad white guy, you should let these people in.
And it's like,
evil
I
person.
feel for them.
Yeah, I do.
Obviously, we all want a better life.
Heck yeah.
But there's a channel. There's a path.
Mm-hmm. One might say there's a way. There's a path to citizenship.
Yeah, there's a path.
A legal path to citizenship.
A legal path to citizenship.
Sure.
To entrance into the country. Okay, take that path. All right.
Well, yeah.
And it's expensive and it's long, so that doesn't necessarily meet all their needs.
Yep.
Why is it? The other question that follows to me is, why is it America's problem that Mexico is a crap hole?
It's a great question.
That Honduras or whatever is a crap hole.
But you can't say that. You can't make smart points like that. You can't do that. The problem is we don't want to talk about that because that's an inconvenient truth, my friend. Just like what Al Gore talked about, the polar bears that are extinct now. That didn't happen. Florida that's disappeared. Oh wait, we live in Florida, right? Are we here right now?
Yeah, no, we're here.
Okay, what you can't see is there's a foot of water right below us, and we're just walking around, sloshing around in it.
True.
Oh, sorry, Florida's still
very
here.
Cold.
An actual, real inconvenient truth. Why aren't we talking about the Mexican government? Why is it so bad there that people want to come here? Why aren't we talking about that?
Okay, I might have an answer to why it's America's problem.
Why?
Probably because America created the cartels with the war on drugs. We don't talk about that.
Oopsies. I'm speechless, my friend. Maybe if we ended prohibition, that would calm down a little bit, you think?
Oh yeah, then they'd have no money.
That's weird. So if we actually stopped I've been on this I've been on social media. If you follow me on social media, I am not a weed guy. I'm not. Okay? I'm not a drug guy. I'm not big into doing the drugs. Okay? I am naturally high like this off of Jesus. Okay? It is what it is. Jesus in my heart gets me jacked up, and yes, I partake in some caffeine. Now, you thought I was going to say steroids, but I'm natty, baby. But my point is this, okay? Caffeine. Just a drug. The Mormons think it's a drug. But it's a true fact. Here's the thing. I totally lost my train of thought talking about Mormons, man. I apologize, man. I got so jacked up. I got so fired up, man. But, my point is this. Like, if we ended prohibition, they wouldn't have any money, man. Think about that. If we ended prohibition, there would be less people dying at the border. There wouldn't be a point for them to run things over the border. We would have that stuff here naturally.
Let's make Mexico great again. Let's end the war on drugs.
Make Mexico great again. Mga. 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 Yeah, I mean, why is it our problem? Like, that's the thing. It's like, why is it our problem? Why do we have to solve the Middle East? Why do we have to solve Mexico? Why do we have to solve half the things that are going on right now? Which blows me away. You know what I mean? So, it's crazy, man. So Nicholas Randall on Instagram said, he told us not to be racist, so we appreciate that, Nick. Thanks for telling us not to be racist. Nick's a good dude. And they had fact-checked literally minutes after his speech, which was pathetic. Yeah, I thought it was interesting in the speech last night. I thought it was very interesting that they had a fact check for things, and when they tried to fact check it, they couldn't really dispute anything he was saying. But then Chuck and Nancy Pelosi, which has been the meme of the century of 2019 so far, which was they looked creepy. I mean, they looked straight creepy. It was just a bad look. But anyways, no one fact checked those guys at all. No one fact checked that walls don't work because it's just too simple. You know what I mean? It's like, up is down, blue is blue. Like, it's just basic stuff.
2 + 2 = 5.
2 + 2 = 5, Big Brother, 1984. You know what I mean? Like, no one fact checks this stuff. And it's interesting.
You don't fact check your allies. How does that promote the agenda? But
they're supposed to be, they're
unbiased?
Yeah, they're unbiased. Yeah. They're fair and balanced, man. Yeah. Fair and balanced. Yeah. But yeah, that's I don't know, man. Here's the thing. I guess my point is this. Long story short, I think we need to think deeper. I hate to use a liberal word, but there's a lot of nuance to this discussion. Nuance is nuance is a comfortable diversion from reality. But my point is this: like,
it's nuanced, so your argument is invalid.
Yes, it's nuanced.
You're being too simplistic.
Oh, God forbid, black and white. Yeah, right is wrong.
That's reductive.
It's reductive. I love that one. That's reductive truth. So here's the thing. Do we like what's happening in Mexico? Probably not, but it's not our responsibility. We're not citizens of Mexico. We're not citizens of the world. As much as they want to, 1,000 points of light, Illuminati, globalist bullcrap on us, we're not. We're United States citizens. In fact, we're the United States, as my man pointed out. We are really kind of loyal to our state and try to do what's best for our state. This is why we want to keep loony liberals out of Florida, keep America great, or keep Florida great again. You know what I mean? Go to Colorado and smoke pot. But yeah, we literally just stay where if you're a liberal, just stay where you're at and freeze to death, or go to L.A. I know they're taking people in L.A. and San Francisco right now, but
oh yeah, because all the companies are leaving.
Yeah, it's not our responsibility, because the problem is this: is like every person that says, "Oh, but those poor people from Mexico," are the same ones that ignore homeless people in the corner. They're the same ones that ignore that. They're the same ones that ignore people. There's kids that are hungry in America right now.
Yeah, I mean,
they ignore that stuff, but
it's all a farce.
It's bullcrap.
This is just a play. They're grasping at straws for whatever they can do to make you hate Trump, so that you vote for them.
Yeah.
So that you give them power. So what's the answer to that? What is the answer to that problem? Because it happens on both sides. The parties
give them what
want
they want.
Power.
Give them what they want, man. Just give them what they want.
Well,
Make
that's
them
one
happy.
option. That's one option. and that's how you become a slave.
Oh, slavery.
Yeah.
But slavery's bad.
Slavery is bad. So let's think of another solution.
Okay.
The other solution is to know what you believe in. Okay? To understand civics. To limit the power of the federal government.
But that's a lot of work, man.
It is.
It's a lot of work.
It's actually an
a lot of work.
endless struggle.
It's a lot of work. Because Utopia's around the corner, bro, right?
No, Utopia's not.
Utopia's right around the corner.
It's not right around the corner.
If we just let everybody in, and we gave everybody free medical care, Utopia's right there, bro.
No.
It's right there.
It's actually not.
I've seen it work in Venezuela. It works, bro. It works in Cuba.
No.
The Soviet Union, it worked.
No.
There are no slaves in China right now. What are you talking about? North Korea is a paradise, bro. Sorry.
You're probably right about the slaves in China because they all died of starvation.
Oh, yeah. Duh, man. Sorry. Sorry. I totally forgot.
Oh, no, but you know what? There are. Yeah, they build Apple products.
You know what I mean? Because we have to fundamentally change America. Even though this is the place that everyone's trying to break into, we got to fundamentally change the place that everybody wants to come to. Does that make sense? It makes sense.
They hate America.
Yeah.
They hate American ideals of limited government.
I don't think they hate
freedom.
America. I think they
hate
they loathe American Constitution. They hate Donald Trump. There's a difference.
They loathe the ideals that America was built on.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Even though they're on YouTube, and you can look this up. Hillary supported a border wall like less than 10 years ago. Chuck Schumer supported a wall less than 10 years ago. All of these Democrats, Obama, Clinton.
I just saw something today. Elizabeth Warren wrote a book in 2003 on why illegal immigrants are bad for the economy.
Uh-oh. Pocahontas?
Yeah.
Pocahontas doesn't like illegal immigrants? What happened?
Because at the time, the argument was that the Republican corporation, evil rich corporations and the Republicans want illegal immigration because that's cheap labor and blah, 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 blah.
Cheap labor comes at a price.
You have to see that, you have to see at this point that it's all a stage show.
But it's not,
They
bro.
just want power.
Dude, listen, nothing...
They want you to give up your autonomy, your freedom, so that they can have wealth and power.
Nothing happened before 2016, bro. But that's the truth. Nothing happened before 2016, and this is what. And the thing is, there are people that are dumb enough. They're dumb enough to believe this. They're dumb enough to believe that. Well, Obama never shut down the government, and neither did Bush.
They just eat up whatever narrative is thrown at them. This tastes good.
The Vice movie just came out, man. I mean, clearly everything in there was true. Alex Jones loves George Bush. Yeah. I mean, it's just revisionist history. And then Christian Bale got up in front, won his Golden Globe, and said, "Thank you, Satan." You heard about that, right?
I mean, it was obviously a pointed joke at Dick Cheney being Satan.
Hiding in plain sight, It is what it is.
Yeah.
Satan worship pedophiles. But anyways, it is what it is.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
Sorry, I just had to do that, man. Sorry. I had to get my moment in there, man. It's plausible foolishness. He's the plausible. I'm the foolish. But yeah, so like that. Yeah, I mean, it's a ploy, man. I mean, if you just take the Google machine and work it for 2 seconds, you're going to see how quickly these guys flip-flop all the time. It just is what it is. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing. Like, at the end of the day, they do whatever it takes to get elected and sound great in front of the Americans or in front of the voter. And long story short, they're just doing it now. And if you're getting sucked into this meme and you're believing this crap and you're like, Orange Man bad, he doesn't have public support, you're right. In Twitter sphere and in Facebook, he doesn't have the support. You know why? Because liberals control the algorithms there. Duh! But anyways.
And Pete, you're right. People in New York and people in LA don't like that idea.
Nope. We're just guys from Florida, and most people want to build the wall. No offense. This is what it is. Sorry. And here's the thing. Don't mistake loudness with the majority. Don't ever mistake that. There is a quiet majority. Because here's the thing. Y'all believe that Hillary was going to win. There was like a 91% or 99% chance of her winning. And what happened to that? Gone. This blue wave that was supposed to happen. Now, don't get me wrong. There was a lot of seats won by the Democrats in the House. I'll give them that. But the blue wave was a trickle. Sorry. Wasn't as crazy as you thought. Mm-hmm. There's so many things that people that they are trying so hard to program you. It's called television programming for a reason. Mm-hmm. And the reason why they hate shows like this, The reason why they hate shows like The Blaze and thanks Glenn, call us later on this today, and all these different places is because we have independent thoughts and there's normal people. We're not bought. We're not making oodles of cash off this, kiddos. We put all of our money back into the show to bring it to you, to bring you something new. But here's the deal. While the government shut down, there are normal people doing normal jobs out there every single day. Mm-hmm. The world didn't shut down because Trump wants to do the thing that he was voted in. Did you catch that? Voted in to do.
Get this. New York Times has an article today talking about how it's actually more expensive to have the government shut down than when it's open. And I read it. I read that article. It was long and it was painful. But
stop it. Get some help.
I plan on it. But their reasoning was just ridiculous. And, surprise, surprise, it's the New York Times.
Okay.
But,
Were they worried about funding NASA that gets $51 million a day?
Some taxes and fees won't be collected.
Oh.
So all that huge money from the park systems.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah, that's going to be...
Man, NASA won't be able to pay their contracting companies. I'll leave that one alone. Sorry, I didn't do it.
There will be fees for late payment on some of those contracting companies. So
Gotcha.
there is that.
What's funny is the New York Times are worried about fees, and they're worried about debt now. That's kind of weird. They weren't worried about it during Obama's days.
It's almost as if they'll just use anything.
It's almost as if they're using anything to convince you that they need the government.
A little bit of extra tax revenue.
Yeah.
Or going to late fees on payments.
Sure.
They won't be collecting taxes and fees.
On our paychecks?
No, that's still happening.
That's still happening. Sorry,
that's still happening.
Oh yeah, gotta keep that going, man.
But the park system is not going to get their money. All the billions of dollars that the park system rakes in. But here's the best one.
Yeah.
The economy's going to take a hit.
Oh man.
And so will tax revenues. You see, those 800,000 people don't have money right now, so they aren't spending money right now.
Okay, so 0.00. Let me pull it up for the rubes. I think it's 0.001% of our economy doesn't have money right now. 0.01%.
Yeah.
Is going to affect our economy? Well, if the Federal Reserve has anything to do with it, but yeah. Anyways, but sorry. sorry. Oop, too soon. Conspiracy theory.
Yeah. So basically,
0.00. Gotcha. Sorry, man.
Yeah. So in a booming up economy, that we have right now, low unemployment, record low unemployment in the black community, record increase in black owned businesses.
No, Trump.
No, 400% increase in black-owned businesses.
No, man, Trump hates black people. Come on, right? Orange man bad. That's not true.
Yeah, you're probably right. All right, well, this
He
has
hates
been
black people
Plausible
so much.
Foolishness. I'll see you later.
But Anderson Cooper didn't tell me that.
Yeah.
Don Lemonhead didn't tell me that.
So in this up economy that they're not going to tell you about because because Orange Man bad.
Orange man bad.
We're going to lose 0.001% of the normal, revenue. So yeah, that's going to be a huge loss.
So if I'm doing the math correct, let's see. What's 0.00 of $100? Do you know what that would be?
I mean, it's
$100 times 0.001. So we're losing a penny of $100. We're losing a penny, or would it be a dime? It'd be a dime, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, sorry. We're losing a dime of a fact check is Snopes. Glenn knows. We're losing a dime to every $100. I don't know how we're going to survive.
Yeah, it's going to be brutal.
I don't know how we're going to handle the gas
be
being
brutal.
cheaper. I don't know how we're going to handle getting more money back from taxes. I don't know how we're going to handle not having national parks open right now. But here's my point, and I'm done ranting about this, okay? Is anybody else aware or becoming aware of how we don't need the federal government as much as we think we do?
That's what they're worried about. They're worried that you're gonna realize, wait a second, I don't need them. Unless you're one of those 800,000 people that are, not working and not getting paid.
Don't get me wrong. And again, we're sympathetic. We're
sucks.
sympathetic.
But there's a large private sector where you could find employment.
99.99% of people don't need it. That's 159 people to 1. There's 159 people in America that don't need the federal government, and there's 1. I broke down the ratio before the show. And that's the thing. It's like, and I'm not minimizing your situation. I'm not. Every life matters. On the right, we care about lives. It's crazy. We care about people. It is what it is. But we also believe that the federal government's not the answer to that all the time. We don't believe that. We go to church. We like to give, to our church, and we like charitably give and all that good stuff. He's in the ministry, literally. Okay, we care about people. We care deeply. You know what I mean? But we are of the belief that you take care of your family by the jobs that you're doing, not necessarily that they have to be federal. They don't have to be federal jobs. They don't have to be. In fact, right now, there's more work than people unemployed right now in America. Literally, there are more jobs available than people that are claiming to be unemployed. That's what's hilarious about this economy right now. You don't even need those federal jobs. You can go work somewhere else. But I get it. We want to suck on the teeth of the government. But the reality of the situation is they are trying so hard to get you to believe that you need the government every single day. You don't. You don't. And I will say this, just like the Republicans of old try to get poor people to vote for rich people issues and make you believe that you really need to take care of the rich people. I get it. It goes both ways. But the reality is this, you don't need the government as much as you think you do. You don't. You really don't. A lot of things that we use are private. A lot of things that we do are handled at the state and county level. It's a reality of the situation. And unfortunately, people believe this crap. You believe that Orange Man bad. The funniest thing is, people believe that Trump affects their lives every single day. They really do. They think that Donald Trump is affecting their life every single day.
The shutdown is prime example that he doesn't.
No.
The government is closed for business.
Crazy. And the funny thing is this,
everything's still running and your life still goes on.
And the thing that this government shutdown for is, the next time that you hear an illegal immigrant kill one of our citizens, I want you to remember this conversation. I want you to remember Chuck and Nancy Pelosi standing there looking creeperish, okay, at you and saying, walls don't work. When people that are American citizens die because of things. Trump made the stat, every day 300 people die from drug overdoses in America.
I want you to remember that the House of Representatives controls the budget. They're the ones that pass the budget.
Yeah.
So when they say that Trump is obstructing, Trump is in the executive branch. He has nothing to do with... he has something to do with it. He goes in there and tries to influence things. But he doesn't pull the trigger. He's not the one, blocking this thing.
Yes.
He's just the one that wants there to be a wall.
Well,
and the House can't decide.
What's the primary function of the executive branch? It's the commander-in-chief. They are the protector of America. His decisions,
enforcement of laws.
That's it.
They enforce law, and then commander-in-chief, the military.
He's just trying to protect you, and that's the thing. And that's the funniest thing. The Democrats are so hell-bent on hating Trump, they don't want to protect you because they don't care. And they've proven it over and over again in millions of different ways.
It's not about you, it's about them.
It is. It always has been. And that's the funny thing. And I hope that you wake up. I hope that you wake up, even though there's some crazy stuff going on with this shutdown shenanigans, that you don't need the federal government as much as you think you do. We're day 19. Tomorrow we're going to wake up to day 20. And I guarantee you,
it's almost illegal drinking age in days.
I guarantee. I
don't know if that
works. The Rubes knew what you're talking about, man. Change the world, baby. But yeah, listen. The sun will rise tomorrow, Lord willing. It's going to rise. You're going to have to go to work tomorrow. Whatever you do, your jobs during the week, it's going to happen. It is what it is. Your bills are still going to show up. The bills aren't going to be like, oh, wait, government shutdown's happening right now. Better hold off on those bills. They're still coming. Don't worry. When you call the police, they're still going to show up. You know what I mean? Probably be safer to have a gun at your house, but, you know, to each his own. If a fire breaks out, fire department's going to show up. If you try to break a law during the government shutdown, guess what? You're going to get thrown in jail. It is what it is. Life will keep going on. But here's the funny thing. You can't get the lives back that have been lost because we don't have a border. You can't. Can't get Kate Sinley back. You can't get the police officer, the legal immigrant police officer that just died. You can't get him back. You can't get back the sanity of the 1 in 3 women that get raped on the way up here to Mexico. You can't get back the kids that die on the way up to America. You cannot get back all the lives that are lost in this stupid drug war that we have. Can't get any of this back.
The lives lost to addictions and to, you know, the marriages broken because of drugs and the, you know,
you can't get
beheadings on the border because of the cartels.
Yeah,
and
man.
I mean, there's just countless reasons to build this wall.
But the opposition to all that is because Orange Man bad.
Orange Man bad.
Remember,
Give me your vote, and votes equal power and money.
Orange Man bad. It's been a fun shutdown episode, man. I don't know how we survived, you know? I don't know how we made it and stuff like that, you know?
Well, I mean, the federal government is a worthless body that doesn't, you know, that serves only that should serve only constitutional purposes, and we don't need it.
Guys, make sure you follow us on Facebook. Make sure that you follow us on YouTube, man. Follow us everywhere. Make sure that you check us out on Twitter. We love your comments, man. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. I've been crappy at keeping it up, but I've been putting some funny ones on there. There's a lot of ha-ha on there. Check it out on Instagram. YouTube, man. The big thing about us is we got to get followers on YouTube. Once we get to 1,000 people, we can monetize that bad boy. I think that the Rube Nation can put this together, and that will be my mission.
2019 is the year of subscribe and share.
Yes, we're gonna get 1,000. That is our goal this year. We're gonna get 1,000 people to follow us on YouTube, so we can start getting the monetized stuff, so we can put money back into this bad boy to grow this bad boy, because that's what it is. You know, eventually we're gonna be getting houses and stuff like that. And once we do that, we're gonna be able to get like some studio stuff going on and rocking and rolling, so we can take it to another level. Because here's the deal: I want to do more than once a week with this guy. I want to do multiple days. I want to have a reason to make sure that we're hanging out more and pumping more content out there. Because here's the deal: you are not going to get this from the mainstream media. You're going to hear, you know, Anderson Cooper, who can't drink whiskey. Think about that. Sorry, did you see that clip from New Year's Eve? He's like, eee! That guy's telling you how to live your life, okay? Or you can listen to like real people that like experience the real world, who've been all over this country, that understand probably America better than they do in New York, Chicago, D.C., San Francisco, and L.A. Sorry. It is not the United Cities of America. It's the United States of America for a reason, and that's why Plausible Foolishness exists. Make sure that you share us everywhere, guys. Today has been a phenomenal show. I hate to break it to you. We haven't even finished the show, and I'm giving it the Meltzer 5-star rating. That's how good it's been. So make sure that you share us. Make sure that you like us, man. He's been Plausible. I've been Foolish. Have a great day, guys. Peace.